This is my video for activity 3, unit PC, and question 1 is asking, in which direction do you think the wind would blow if there's an area of low pressure in the west and an area of high pressure in the east? So I believe that it would blow to the high pressure first because east and west are facing the opposite directions. So if you wanted to start at the low pressure area, it wouldn't have enough force to push itself that way, so it would immediately just bounce to the high pressure, no matter what you do. And for S2, it says if you had 2 containers of air with equal volumes and pressures, but container A was hotter than container B, which one do you think would have more air particles? So container B would definitely have more air particles because since container A is heating up, it is creating gas particles, which is taking up those air particles. And just because the temperature is changing. So container B would definitely have a lot more because the temperature is staying constant, so it just remains as air particles. And for S3, it is saying when a propane tank has been placed in the sun and warms up, the pressure gauge shows that the pressure of the gas has increased. So in the macro nano table, I put that the temperature definitely increased because it was left in the sun. The volume and mass was left the same because there was no gas entering or leaving the tank. Pressure definitely did rise because since it is heating up, it's not exactly expanding, it's just creating a lot more gas particles that are going to keep bumping into the air particles until they become gas particles because of the temperature change. The total number of particles is definitely going to increase by a little bit just because it's going to start creating 2 different types of particles. It starts off as air particles and ends up as gas particles, again because of temperature change. And the average speed of particles, the temperature increase is basically gonna make the particles go a lot faster, which means they're gonna start bumping into each other and just increasing speed like crazy. The number of collisions in the area is gonna stay the same because the volume didn't change. And the collisions, the oomph and the collisions, it's gonna increase because of the speed increase. And for S4, it says, in light of the observations you have made thus far, revise your model of the hot air can. Draw what is happening to the air particles inside of the can after it has been heated and when it is immersed into water. So the can right here, this is just when it's being heated. So the particles are moving around like crazy. The can is just full of the hot air. But once it is placed into the cold water, it's going to create a vacuum effect, which is going to suck all the hot particles out of the can and into the water. And this happens instantaneously because if the temperature change is very dramatic, it's going to happen a lot faster rather than 2 temperatures that are a lot closer together, which is why the can shrinks down and like crushes itself, because it's just happening so fast that it goes. And yeah, that is my activity 3.